So I'm back again with another spiritual warfare update. I just want to say, those of you who have been following me are familiar with these videos, but I haven't posted one in a very long time, which is a good thing because it hasn't been happening a whole lot. But the main reason why I post these videos is because I want to be able to share my experience with other people who might need someone to relate to. Just in case anyone else is experiencing the same thing. I don't want to keep my testimony to myself if I know that it's going to help someone be able to relate and learn from my experience, right? And as a light worker, that's kind of what I do. I transmute. So, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the main reason why. And also the second reason why is because I just want to put it out there in case someone needs to hear about it. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. So, spiritual warfare update. So, I mean, as far as I can remember, I have been a victim of spiritual warfare since I was a child, and it's escalated more and more as I got older. Whether it was an evil stepmother, or it was a jealous family member, a disgruntled parent, or unnecessary blame or judgment from other people, just a lot of chaos and misunderstanding from negative influences who seem to just appear out of nowhere, inflicting my growth in every stage of my development. So I've learned on a very severe level how to protect my innocence and my own inner power and spiritual essence. This world is crazy, and we burden each other with a lot of unnecessary torment. So if anyone knows how to be spiritually independent, it's me. And I think the last 4 or 5 years of my life have been the climax of the spiritual warfare that I haven't experienced and endured. Now, I'm a light worker. I'm an empath, spiritualist, and a lot of my wisdom comes from life experience. And I'm very sensitive to negative, low vibrational energy and intentions that are being projected towards me by whatever. Whether it's a demonic entity or it is a person projecting negative thought forms or spirits or intentions towards me, I can feel that. And it's very hard to talk about this stuff in a world full of people who are essentially spiritually blind. There are more spiritual blind people than there are spiritually awake people. And so it's really hard to talk about this stuff when nobody really truly understands it or even has the will to acknowledge it or has the capacity to people don't normally have the emotional and spiritual capacity to understand the depth of nature and existence. A lot of people don't understand the language of energy to its depth, to its true depth. Even as an empath, I still haven't unlocked the true depth potential of my understanding of energy either. So, it is a concept that is rarely completely harnessed by humanity. It's the unknown. It is the improvable. It's the untainable. It's energy. Energy is more than physical. It's also spiritual. It's also the untangible. existence of reality. So anyways, I'm very sensitive to negative vibrations in witchcraft. I've learned in order to resist these things, I have to strengthen my emotional body. Emotions are tied to your spiritual body intricately, okay? That's why they say, never let anyone control your inner world. Never let your emotions get the best of you, because when you do, you fall victim and prey to negative energies, entities, and emotions that can lead you away from your blessings and your divine purpose. As a result, you can become addicted to black magic because you have lost control of your emotions, things like that. So anyways, the last 5 years of my life have been probably the climax to the spiritual warfare that I've been going through. I've been being gang stalked, and I think it was energy workers who were hired to gang stalk me, mainly because their attempts weren't working on an energetic level, so they had to trauma bond me by harassing me to get into my energy more. But the climax of this spiritual attack started about 5 years ago when a divinely guided situation occurred, and I met someone who I believe was my twin flame. It could have just been a soulmate, but we were clearly meant to be in each other's lives. And our bond was very, very strong, undeniable, special, divine sent. The woman that's attached to this man was not happy, and she just became obsessed and jealous. And instead of just letting the situation unfold the way it was supposed to, she decided to take the karmic justice that she wanted without really letting the universe steer the ship. You know what I mean? Like, she just decided to manipulate everything. And as a result, people's destinies were blocked. A lot of chaos happened. More pain came from the situation just because she sought vengeance. She blocked her own blessings and prevented a lot of divinely guided things from happening. I think along the process of her stalking me spiritually, she discovered that I have a divine purpose, and she became obsessed with that. So she's been trying to block my roads and my ways. When she first started attacking me, she did a lot of hexes and jinxes. And then she moved into attacking my third eye. So she started with spells, and then she went into energy work. She probably hired a lot of energy workers to attack my energy fields. So she did a lot of witchcraft on my mind and my emotions, and then she tried to work on my root chakra, trying to destroy my microbial system as well as my fertility. And then she went back up to my third eye, then went to my solar plexus, then down to my sacral, and then down to my root chakra again. Then she went to my crown chakra, because there was something that they couldn't get through. So then that's when she discovered my divine purpose. And she's just been trying to obstruct my destiny now ever since. She's just become very obsessed with pretty much destroying me. So it's beyond like jealousy at this point, right? Some people can get really lost in the dark arts so much that they just lose all sense of reason. But that's when the gang stalking started, right around the time she was attacking my crown chakra. I think it was because the spiritual work that was being done to me wasn't reaping the results that she wanted, right? So she sent all these spiritual hitmen out to just stalk me because their efforts weren't successful. So they were trying to trauma bond me by harassing me so that they could get into my energy more. That's how it works. That's how witchcraft works, guys. The only way witchcraft can work is if they can get into your energy field. So they decided to harass me as an attempt to trauma bond me to them so that they could insert themselves into my energy field through trauma, right? My sensitivity. They targeted my sensitivity as a way of access to my energy. Well, I had to report it. I had to report all the harassment, gang stalking. It was brutal. It went on for like 3 years. And then I haven't really seen anything since. But the spiritual warfare has increased in the last 2 months since the stalking has come to a halt. So that tells me that they are related to the spiritual warfare. I mean, I'm keeping track of everything that I'm feeling, everything I'm seeing. As a spiritualist myself, I notice a lot of things. So to me, it's obvious that everything's connected at this point. The gang stalking is related to the spiritual warfare, absolutely. And so there was something recently just sent out to me, and it was vicious. It went back, and the divine has made a judgment call. So the message is that whoever is been seeking to harm me is now going to receive massive health issues. And what was done cannot be ignored. It cannot be taken back. And the seeds of this person are now poisoned as well. So if they have children with divine rights and gifts and talents, they will be stripped of their blessings as well. I'm also hearing that there's a child that was born on purpose, like whatever that means, like their child's birth time was planned. So something's really manipulated here, and that, like, there's a kid who's really gifted, but her existence was completely manipulated. Anyway, that there's been a judgment call, so, but that's really, I think at this point, that's where I am in my spiritual journey with dealing with this. Like, they're losing their grip on me, basically.